And now it's time for a little bit of chalk talk. We're going to discuss what defensive front the 49ers have been going against and a possible way that they could attack it. And we have some ideas, so we're going to show you in this episode of Chalk Talk.
So some of you might have been a little confused when we referred to the bear front on the podcast, or I've been referring to a bear front. What a bear front is having three linemen inside, one nose guard head up on the center, and then having your two defensive end or defensive tackle guys either head up on the guards or just outside of them like they have been to us. They've been lining them just outside. It is in an effort to make the 49ers zone blocking more difficult. It's a different look than they saw most of last year.
Absolutely. They tend to walk down the outside linebackers too, as well, as you can see here on the diagram. Outside, usually outside the tackle or outside the furthest man. In this case would be George Kittle here, who's kind of lined up in the slot just off the line. And Ant, you want to talk about this first one?
Yeah, so what we've done is we've taken George Kittle and we've taken him off the ball, so that way we can use him in a blocking scheme that is called a wham block, which a wham is a player coming down the line and then blocking a nose tackle or tackle defensive lineman. So a lot of times it's used with a fullback. The Chargers really were popular for this in the past. And then now people are using all different kinds of guys. And we have this play that we're designing has George Kittle using it. It's a way to go to more of a traditional offensive I formation look to attack this front. And that way they can still be successful in the running game on the inside.
Absolutely. You can see here we have the defense, even though it's in a bear front, is going to be running a cover 3 look. So you have the safety dropping middle of the field, middle third, and then the two outside corners covering deep thirds on the outside. And here's the blocking scheme. Horst, you want to talk about it a little bit?
Okay, so from the lineman's perspective, the right tackle there, which would be Mike McGlinchey, is stepping out. He's kicking out on the outside linebacker, which would be either Kyle Van Noy or Shaq Lawson. The right guard, which is Daniel Brunskill, is going to double team with the center, Ben Garland, to get movement on the nose guard. And then whoever is able to would come off and then try to get help on that backside linebacker. The left guard, which is Laken Tomlinson, is going to block down on their defensive tackle. And the left tackle would go inside, so if the linebacker out there tried to go in front of his face to make the play inside, he would still be able to block him. If the linebacker does his normal thing and goes around, he's going upfield looking for, hopefully for the safety, but if not, the first unblocked man.
Right.
Absolutely. And then, as Ant had talked about, this wham block action on this scenario, in this scheme that we've drawn up, he is going to be releasing inside as McGlinchey comes out to kick out. He's going to be releasing inside and taking this D tackle here. This would be their D end who's playing in this inside spot, and kick him, smash him inside, wham him inside as McGlinchey kicks out to create this nice little hole here around where the 6 hole normally would be, so that we create a nice little one-on-one matchup with either Raheem Mostert or Jet McKinnon versus the safety that's kind of come down in the box that was kind of playing head up with George Kittle.
Right. This is kind of a different way to attack, a more traditional, old school way, but something creative that the 49ers can do that's different that teams aren't used to them doing right now.
Absolutely. And we have another one here. Similar setup, same scheme, out of the same formation. Same force, same bear front that we've been seeing, or that the Niners have been seeing. We have the same cover 3 look. And Ant, why don't you talk a little bit more about the blocking scheme for this formation and for this play?
Yeah, so what we're going to do this time is we're going to change who George Kittle is going to wham block. Now we're going to get more of a release from the center and the right guard, and they're going to push up to linebacker and then eventually push up to that safety that's in the box to create the 8 in the box. And Juice is now going to run out and kick out the outside linebacker. Kittle comes in and whams the nose tackle. We've got a double team on the bottom, and they're going to double and then push up to linebacker and really get a push on this defensive line and get them moving.
And as McKinnon comes through the hole, his first read is going to be on Juszczyk's block on the outside linebacker. If Juszczyk gets him pushed outward towards the sideline, he's going to cut up inside of him. If the guy gets inside of Juszczyk and gets pushed inside towards the hash marks, then McKinnon would want to bounce outside and run around him. And his second read is going to be on that strong safety. If the guard or center is successful in getting up to him, he's probably going to be trying to push him towards the sideline. In that case, he would make a cut inside towards the goalpost, basically. If that block gets made, then that's generally a big player touchdown.
Absolutely. And now we got a pass play. My favorite of all time. You know how much I love to throw the football.
What is a pass?
It's the best part of football, in all honesty. So we have the same formation, same sort of scheme that we're going to be facing and going against. We're going to run this out of a play action look so that we kind of hopefully pull those linebackers and the box safety downhill a little bit more to create some separation against this cover 3 look. But as you can see, we have the normal cover 3 coverage there from the outside corners and from that middle safety. And then what would be the responsibilities of the box safety and the linebackers in that cover 3 look. Off the play action look here, you have McKinnon coming off the outside with this play action look in use, filling as well to that side. McKinnon is going to be looking to pick up this outside linebacker here, or if not the outside linebacker, if there's some sort of stun action. The first player releasing to the outside, we have sort of what looks like a little bit of a slide protection with McGlinchey stepping in, looking to his left. If there's no one rushing that gap, or if the D tackle crosses the face of a run skill there, then he can help with this outside player. Garland as well, most likely going to have the guy head up in front of him unless there's a stunt. And then you have Laken Tomlinson and Trent Williams picking up first guy to their left unless there's some sort of inside blitz action, in which case they'd most likely be picking up there.
Right, and then what you got is you got Kittle working across the formation, giving the look that you were doing the wham earlier. So everything looks the same. You want it to look exactly how it did before. That's the beauty of play action. And then he's just going to work himself around. You've got the outside receiver working his way inside, which is going to draw the corner. He's going to want to drift, especially if he's reading the backfield flow. And that safety that would have deep third has a choice to make. Does he go and cover the skinny post on the top, or does he come underneath and try to cover this outside receiver running the in route, which if the linebackers are drawn up by the play action pass, then he could be open. So it puts the safety that would have a deep third in a bit of a predicament to have to decide, plus the corner as well. Does he drift inside with the outside receiver on the end, or does he stay deep and pick up George Kittle?
Correct. And if all else fails, you have Juice leaking out right here into the flat. With this deep third and skinny post action, there's no way this corner is going to be sitting on that release. He's going to be playing out. The only question remains is, does this guy here, this safety in the box who has hook to curl in this area, does he see Juice release and get out there in time, or is he too sold on the run fake and isn't able to get out there in space? And you always got Juice there on the little hot route.
Well, and that's a big example of how the run game opens up the pass game, because if you're running the ball for 5 yards a carry like they did last year, that guy's biting. Absolutely. If you're getting stuffed every time you try to run the ball inside the tackles, that guy might not bite.
Correct. It's true. It's true. But hopefully this gives you a little bit better understanding of this Bear front, what the 49ers have been facing, and hopefully we get to see some of this in action this weekend. Kyle Shanahan is quite the schemer. Probably a little bit better than we are, I'd have to say.
Maybe.
Probably.
There's a good chance. So you might not see something specifically like this, but something similar, something close, and hopefully it's enough to get the 49ers some open opportunities and some better chances to establish the run game against this Bear front.
Right.
For more breakdown and analysis just like this, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. That way you know anytime we post any of these special reports or anything like this. We hope to do more of this in the future. We really hope you enjoy this. And until next time, stay safe.
And remember, the right way
is always the 49ers way.